All right, welcome to the inaugural friction log of the friction log. So if you don't know what a friction log is a time where a user, engineer, product person, a test subject that fits into the persona sits down and uses a product or an SDK or anything, a feature for the first time, or not even for the first time. Maybe it's subsequent times, and they write down everything that they run into, whether it's a problem or an emotion, or they tried to do this and they had to change their approach because the product didn't give them the way they wanted to do it. So it's good for user experience studies, and that's what the friction log is all about. So, and here, I'll just go ahead and show you my notes here. So today we're going to be doing Tailwind CSS, and I got some notes here as we go through. Write out some frictions, roadblocks, a really important thing called principle of least astonishment or principle of least surprise that we'll talk about later. Any kind of delights or super cool things that we went through. So that's what we're going to go through today. And as with any user experience study, it's important to know, the person that's using it. So in this case, that's me, Rick. And I've been pretty familiar with front end for the last 15 years. And I'm not a super amazing expert like a Chris Coyer or whatever. I don't know every little nuance of a property and things like that, but I'm very familiar and versed in CSS. I don't consider myself a designer or an amazing, CSS person, but I am familiar. And I've never used Tailwind before. I've heard a lot about it. I've read a lot of, read all their website, like kind of philosophy and core values and stuff. It sounds really cool. I've also read a lot of the naysayers, what they say about it. And so I'm semi-familiar with the whole thing, but I don't have any experience with it. Never used it. So the goal for this friction log is to go through Tailwind. I'm starting this friction log website and blog and all this stuff, so I've got to come up with a website. So I created this Figma document. Again, I'm not a designer, don't claim to be. In fact, this is one of my first designs ever in Figma. I really like it. I need to do a friction log on Figma, don't I? So I have this website that I did. This is the light version. This is the dark version. And this is for the friction log. So you'll see these things. Hopefully Tailwind CSS will be one of them that's up here. And then I got the detail version where we'll have some a blurb about it, and then we'll have the logs all underneath it. Same thing with the dark mode too. So the goal is to take this design and just put it in HTML and CSS using Tailwind. And we're going to start from scratch. Like I'm literally starting with nothing. And we'll see how that goes. All right, let's get started. First things first. Let's go to the website. Tailwind CSS. You can tell I've been to this Tailwind CSI. Get started. Yeah, I want to do that. All right, Quickstart guide for most projects. You'll want to install Tailwind via npm. I definitely want to. I guess that means I need a project first, though, right? What am I installing into? I guess I don't have a starter thing, right? If you like to customize Tailwind installation, you can generate a config file. This will create a minimal Tailwind config file at the root of your project. All right, so I guess I need to start a project first. So let's go ahead and open that up. So let's create make directory Tailwind CSS. Tailwind CSS, and then npm init. Yeah, let's call it that. Let's call it that. Blah 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 blah. Yep, that's okay. Okay, I think we're good there. So then now let's install this now. I'll save it. Oh, I'm stupid. That makes sense. Let's call this friction log or something. Call it Tailwind CSS and I'm trying to install it. Tailwind friction log. Save that baby. Let's try this again. Save. Did not mean to do that. All right, that's installed, which is good. Just gonna hide that for now. Let's blow this up so we can take advantage of all the space. Now let's go back to our browser. Okay, installed it. Now what do? Add Tailwind to your CSS. Use @Tailwind directive to inject Tailwind's base component utility styles into your. I don't have CSS yet though. Also, this is a directive. I don't have. Well, I don't have post. I think that's post CSS, right? I don't have that set up. If you're using post CSS import or a tool. Okay, so right now it's assuming that I have something else set up. So let me add that to the startup friction log. I'll go ahead and drag this over so you see what I'm doing. So friction log right now is installation, getting started. Oh, help if I could spell. Getting started. Assumes I have a project. I know what a directive is, and it's set up. Not a huge deal, but it does assume that I have something. So if you're a post CSS importer or a tool that uses it under the hood, such as Webpack or Rails, use our imports instead of @Tailwind directive to avoid issues when importing. Yeah, that makes sense. Create your own Tailwind file. Let's do that. Generate a config file for your project using included when it. This will create a minimal config file. That sounds important, doesn't it? Let's do that. I want a minimal config file. Check it out. There it is. What I put in there. Okay, nothing, which is fine. All right, learn more about config. Okay, we will learn more about the config later. In fact, I'm going to open that up in a tab because it's the web. Always have your config files ready. Process your CSS Tailwind using Tailwind with Post CSS. For most projects, you'll want to add Tailwind as a Post CSS plugin to your build chain. Again, it's assuming I have all this. Generally, this means adding Tailwind as a plugin to your Post CSS config. Okay, so it sounds like I need to set up Post CSS. Before I do that, let me just make sure for simple projects or just giving Tailwind a spin. This is us right here. You can use the Tailwind CLI tool to process your CSS. Build CSS output to this. We've included some basic examples of setting up Tailwind with common build tools. All right, let's go check that out real quick. I don't know what I should be doing. I just got introduced to a bunch of ideas, but I don't know, like, what do I do? Tell me what to do. Nope, I don't care about any of this right now. I just want HTML and CSS. Okay, so let's go back. So this sounds like this will just compile it, I guess. So that's cool. All right, so this is all Webpack Encore. Right now, I'm just looking for how can I get started as fast as possible. Before using CNW, please note that many of the features are great. Not incorporated into your, yeah, right. I definitely want to do this thing, so I don't want to include this. So that's not a good. All right, so now that I can't get started, I don't know how to get started without setting all this stuff. It doesn't. Does it tell me to set up Post CSS? Hold on. Okay, I did this. Right. So going back to the, okay, so now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to Google I'm going to Google Tailwind CSS starter. Created by Tim. Webpack starter. That's probably what I would do anyway. So let's do that. Ooh, a tailwindtoolbox.com. Oh, it's been archived. Oh, been archived by Adam. So what is this? So does it tell me why this is never good? You don't want your CSS to get your starter Webpack setup. This is true. Better use Vue CLI. See, I just want to do HTML and CSS. We're using Tailwind CSS Playground Start if you want a simple project by playing around with it. Yes, that's exactly what I want. Okay. Was this referenced? I don't think this was referenced, was it? Playground? It was not. Okay. Well, it was not mentioned. So I'm going to mention that to the friction log. Okay, so what do we got here? Playground, this was updated in December, so a few months ago. Right. After that, done, check out public. Let's see, optimize build. Okay. So I'm just going to look at the config and see where what I was missing here. Well, first of all, what's in public? Okay, that's the markup, right? Okay. Cross env. I've never used that. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I just feel like if I use this, I'm cutting myself short. I just wanted to build the HTML and CSS of this stuff first before actually creating a project, but maybe I just create React app for now. I wonder what CSS Nano is. Never seen that. Was that in the depths? CSS Nano. Yeah, all right. Well, I hope to do something a little less heavy, but I think I'm just going to I'm going to nuke this. And I'm just going to do a create React app and then install this. So let's do that. Let's do create React app. I don't remember how to install this thing. I just got to go here and install stuff. I want to do it with TypeScript, preferably. Or doesn't it ask me? Maybe it asked me. I can't remember. Let's just try it real quick. Tailwind CSS. Nah, it didn't ask me. All right. Well, I'll do the TypeScript stuff later. Just want to get started at this point. Let me just mention that here. Ended up just doing CRA. All right, let's get into here. Oh, I'll probably have to close this. Oh. We good to go? It didn't. I must have an outdated. Doggone it. I'm going to do this again. Heh. All right, let's just do this. All right, let's try this starter thing. Get clone this baby. Actually, let me rename this real quick. Keep this open. We'll call this Tailwind log. And then Tailwind log. We'll open this with VS Code. All right, so it's there. Oh, let me do npm install while we're looking. It would be helpful if I could spell npm install. And wait 50 million years, tech years anyway. Okay, let's kill all this junk. I don't care about any of this. Okay, there's your post CSS. There's this. There's Tailwind. Is that the right version of Tailwind? I don't remember if there's no 140 up here is the latest, so this is old. So let's install 140. Let's try this again. Hopefully 1.3 and 1.4. This is some thing that I pulled off the internet. Hopefully I don't know what the difference is between them. Is there changelog anywhere? Resources, documentation, changelog. Nothing. I'll go to GitHub real quick. Changelog. What's changed? Oh, dude, it was just published 6 hours ago. Okay. See, is there anything in here? Changelog? Oh, just a bump. All right, is full documentation there. I just don't see the release notes. There we go. New color opacity built in. Check out complete release notes on GitHub. All right, it doesn't sound like it breaks anything. Okay, cool. So we're good. Where was I? We installed, right? Yep. All right. And how does this, if I just run npm start, what's it going to do? It's going to build the CSS. It's going to start React. Okay. That's exactly what I want. Oh, come on. Invalid version. What'd I do? Oops. You're using Node 12.1, which is not supported, maybe. Not supported by what? All right, let's open this baby up. Yay. All right, a little simple demo here. I'm going to nuke all of this though, unfortunately. So we got that up and running. Let's go look at what we got here. So we got source CSS. And then, yeah, so stay away from that. What is unknown rule Tailwind? Okay, I mean, that's what this documentation told me to install, right? So, so maybe this is wrong. Maybe this needs to be, if you're using the post CSS import or a tool like that, are we? I don't know. I use this community thing. I don't even know what that means. If you're using post CSS import or a tool that uses it under the hood, such as Webpack or Rails, use our imports instead of Tailwind directly to avoid issues when importing any of your own additional files. I don't know if I am or not. I've never actually used. What do they want me to do? Tailwind base. Let me just copy paste this. I've never actually used post CSS, so there's that. Well, the errors go away. I guess that's good. Can I command click into this? No, I can't. That's a bummer. Okay. Just push that. And VS Code. Community starter kit. Errors. I guess just say warnings, not errors. Warnings. All right, cool. So that's running, and that makes sense that CSS is there. Now let's look at the pages thing. Okay, cool. So then we've got the markup, and it really, I just want to start with like nothing. So I'm going to nuke everything. Hello world. It did nuke everything. Hello world. Yay. Okay. Now we're at a point where I can start. I think I still want to do this. Does this read it if I use a custom? So you got this post CSS config. CSS, what's going on here? Purge Css extractor. I guess I'm gonna have to read up on this post CSS stuff. Never used it. Okay. Oh, dot. Okay, so it's looking for it here. Good. Oh, I have it here. Okay. 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 Sorry. So we're good. I think that's already all taken care of for me. All right. So we're done with installation. And then I got all this stuff that doesn't matter. Like upgrade guide and release notes probably don't matter for getting started. Controlling file size. Do I care about that right now? No. Using with preprocessors. There's nothing stopping you from using it with Sass lessons. That could be important as getting started. I don't really, what's over here? Yeah, I don't care about that right now. Controlling file size. Do I care about that right now? So it's interesting, this purge thing. So I guess it assumes I know what purge is. When building for production, you should always use Tailwind purge option to tree shake unused styles. That is super cool. Okay. That's really cool. Purge CSS. So that's this thing over here. All right, I'm gonna have to learn about that. Oh, I see. And these are like little tips. So when you're don't use string concatenation to create class names. Do it dynamically. Select a complete class. Oh yeah, right. Okay, that makes sense. Moving unused CSS. Okay, I get it. So if I go here, nope, not here. Here, I can enter in the Purge plugin. Except I thought I saw. Does it not do that? Here it is, right here. So it's a little different. It's in this config file. I can do it here, or JS here. 6. Tailwind extractor. Specify the okay, so I guess it's here. I don't need to mess with it in the config file. That's my impression anyway. 93 colors. Good night. Oh, I see. All right, let's get back to getting started. I want to get started here. Controlling file size, browser support. Yeah, using a traditional approach when custom design. Now, I have actually looked at this part of the docs, and I do like this. It contrasts. Hey, this is what you would normally do. This is what you should do with Tailwind. This is our philosophy, which is cool. Okay, so let's just get started. So first things first, I need some kind of container, obviously, and you know, like Bootstrap has the container thing, and then it'll add the margins and all that for you. So does Tailwind give me that, or is that lower level? It doesn't really say here. Here's how to build a layout, does it? Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna, for fun, well, I'm gonna drop that in a div here. It's not gonna be body, it's gonna be let's just see what happens. All right, and change the background a little. I don't really want that right now though, so I don't know what this does. What does this do? Oh, it doesn't tell me here. So right now I'm just kind of scanning just to kind of get a familiarity with some of the concepts. It's nothing specific, although I do want to build that container thing, but I'm kind of distracted by the fact that I just need to know a lot right now. core tenants. I've read this before, actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's really powerful. Yes, I do have 2 fonts that I want to use here by default. Pretty cool though. I wonder how this font family stuff works. Does it? There's no link to, like, if I want to go to the font docs. Is there font docs? Is it over here somewhere? Sizing, typography, font family. Customizing. Okay. Well, first things first. Yeah, never mind. Man, there's so much. So much. A component for fixing an element's width to the current breakpoint. Class sets max width of an element to the match the min width of the current breakpoint. Right, so if I did Tailwind's container does not center itself automatically and does not have any built-in horizontal padding. Ha! That's exactly what I was about to ask. Okay. So at least I know that's what that does, so that won't mess me up. Oh, makes sense. Okay, this goes back to their low-level utility philosophy. Okay, that's cool. That makes sense. So if I did, I still don't know what min h screen means, but if I did container, and I did mx auto, that should have, yeah, kind of sort of centered it. So if I like do this, woo, right, I'm getting my margin in there. Okay, that makes sense. Right, if I want to add more padding, it's that. If you like to center your containers by default or include default horizontal padding, see customization options. Options. Oh, it's like literally the next part. Oh, that's interesting. So you can do this by configuration. So does that mean, like, if I get rid of this auto thing, so that should, yeah, right. So that pins it over, and then what they're saying is I can go here. Oh, sorry. What does it say again? Theme container center. Okay, so theme container center. So I guess theme dot container is like the class, and center is true. I don't know what that means. That didn't center it. I wonder if this config is actually working for this example. Ooh, let's do this. Let's go crazy on the padding to see what happens. Woo! Negative. All right, let's go back to the markup and add this. It doesn't seem like this affects anything. All right, I guess I'll have to read up on how these themes work. It might actually be reading it. I need to figure out a way to test if it's reading the config. No, actually it says it is, right? It says in here, there's the config that is reading. So should be fine. This is pretty powerful though. It's cool. If you don't plan to use the container class in your project, you can disable it. Oh, and it doesn't even get included. Why ain't you fancy? Box sizing. Utilities for determining how the browser should calculate an element's total size. Okay, this means 100 pixel 100 pixel element with a 2 pixel 100 pixel with an internal content. That's fancy. So is that you display? Oh, I see. So this is where you do your layout stuff with, right, like just like CSS display. Okay. All right, I need to stop mumbling to myself, don't I? Let's look at this here. So the background's completely white, and then I got this logo thing I need to export. Let me go ahead and do that. Logo. Probably should have done that at the start of this. Export logo 1. Save it. Okay. I assume I just drop in the images here, right? So just do images. Drop that in there for now. Right. So this is the breakpoint, but I need more padding with that breakpoint, right? So that's what they're saying. So that's where I can do like this. Padding X. I'm assuming PX means all around every corner. Padding or margin? So let's do padding. Is that oh, that's another question. Or maybe it means pixels? Like what if I want REMs? Anyway, let's just see what they do. Let's do 100, what happens? Oh, that's, I guess that's too much. Interesting. Well, that's okay, that's fine. I'll figure out some of those utilities later. I guess they have it all in here, don't they? Here we go, spacing. Let's go read it. Ah, there we go. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So what did I do? I did 10. 2.5 REMs. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. What happens happens is it gets bigger. Right, okay, cool. So I guess the first thing I want to do with this markup is, well, let's just go look at the navigation markup paradigm. Let's just go ahead and mark all this up now. Then we'll do the CSS later. All right. Actually, this is wrong. This should be div. It's my fault. And we're going to do the nav. And in the nav, we're going to have a logo here. Actually, let's just drop in the image. Images. So logo1.png, is that what it was? Oh, it's going to yell at me for an alt, not having alt. Let's see here, images, logo1.png. Okay, so that should show up. Does it, does it, does it? Yay, there it is. Ooh, it's blurry. Look at that. All right, I'll fix the resolution later. So that's the logo, and then I guess we'll do a flex box for this, and then we'll do the menu next. And then we got home. Actually, I might not even need home for now. Logs. That would be helpful. Contact. And then we got the social media things. I'll have to get the icons for that later. YouTube, Spotify. All right, and then we got our list area, I guess, what you call it, our list wrapper. And then we will have inside of that I'm going to just go ahead right now and start another component. We're going to call this post item. So let's just do this for now. Post item. Wow, Rick. Okay, inside a post item, we have the wrapper thingy bobby. Then we're going to have the image wrapper. Do we need an image wrapper? We might not even need an image wrapper, actually. Let's just do that for now. And then we definitely need one for this right content. And then the right content is going to have two things. And the top, so this is like the top tray, and then that'll be the first time experience. Should be a span. First time experience. And then a span, which will be the date, which we'll just say is May 17th. Okay, so that's that top wrapper there. I'm intentionally not giving it class names because I know Tailwind wants you to use their utility class names, not like these discrete class names. So I'm not biasing anything right now. Where am I at? Next thing is the title. So let's just give that an H3. Redwood JSS. I'm definitely doing one on Redwood framework for the gem stack. And then we got our paragraph here, which is lorem ipsum. Ooh, that's way too much lorem ipsum. Thanks, VS Code, for being cool, though. That's pretty cool. And then we've got our button, which is our read more button. Read the log. Okay, then there's that. And after that, we have the footer, which is outside of this. So I guess I need to do this thing. Indent this, div. Okay, so that's the footer, which is super cool. We're gonna do flexbox for this, I guess, inside of here. That's the full wrap. No, that's the full footer. That's, and then we want the wrapper inside of that, which I'm gonna go ahead and give this a class name. Oh, that's funny. Actually, how does this not throw an error? Class name of, what was it? Container mx auto px10. And then inside of here is our flexbox thingy bobby, and we're going to have the logo again, except it's going to be a different one. Then we're going to have the menu, home, logs, contact. Whoa, crap. Don't do that. And then, all right, just because it's bothering me, I'm going to separate this out a little bit. Sign up. So let's do this. So then we have H5 for sign up for updates. And then we'll have an input field. I'm so stupid. What is it? It's placeholder. There it is. Placeholder is email address. Okay, so that's out of the wrapper. So we're done with the wrapper, which is right here. And now we're going to have this HR. And then we're going to have another flexbox, I guess. And then this one's going to be friction log, copyright 2020. And then the next, oh, you know what? I should just do it as a div so it's consistent. Div. And this is going to be a div, the right side, and we're going to have our, well, it's going to be an li, and then dark mode. There'll be icons, but I'm just going to do this for right now. Light mode. And we have Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Okay. Makes sense, right? Is there anything else with this? That's it. Okay. So let's save that puppy. That should just give us, yep, there's all our unstyled content. Okay, good. Now, I should be able to style this just with Tailwind, right? I think almost, it'll get me almost all the way there, minus like fonts and stuff like that. Okay, so where do I start? Let's start with the top thing, which is the Navbar. So Navbar is completely flexbox. So class name, oh my goodness, come on. Class name So how do I do the flexbox stuff now? I saw it somewhere. Flex. There you are. Right. It's literally okay. So you have to say flex first. Does it tell you that? It doesn't tell you that. I mean, it makes sense. This is what you would say in CSS, flex, display flex, right? I guess it doesn't tell you. Well, that's kind of weird. I mean, I know what it's doing. I mean, I assume I know what it's doing, but it just made me stop for a second. All right, so I mean, this is what we want. We want the row. So let's just do that. So I guess I need to say flex and flex row. Save it. Yay. Winning. Okay. Oh, that's curious. So we want the same thing for this, really. Oops. Yep. And then we want the same thing for this as well. Well, class name equals. All right, that's good, but now what I need to do is I need to do the align items thing, and then actually I need this to not take up. So I'm just gonna guess, is there a no flex or something like that? Oh, you know what? I wonder if VS Code has a plugin. I'm stupid. Where's the plugin button? Why am I losing it? Ugh, it changed it. Why can't you connect? Please try again later. No! Tailwind. What in the world? I can't connect to the marketplace? Well, that's not cool. Hold on. VS Code Marketplace. Tailwind. Indeed, IntelliSense. Ooh. Okay. Did it install it? Tailwind. Okay. Let's see if it's installed. Show it installed. Oh man, what's going on with VS Code? Does it need an update or something? All right, whatever. Where's that? So I need to center things. I need to push the social stuff off to the right. So that would be this div here. How do I do that? Flex wrap, align items. Really, I just want row reversed. I don't want that. Responsive. Oh, check this out. That's cool. Yeah, that's well done. Flex row small. So that's really cool. You can change it. Okay, that's really awesome. Responsive disabling. No, definitely not what I want. So how do I do the flex 0? Okay, here we go. No, definitely not flex none. Items don't grow when there's extra space. Ah, flex dash grow. Okay. So this would be, oh, interesting. Flex dash grow like that. Is that what it'll do? Yay, there you go. Okay. So then that's off to the right, and then we're gonna move, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do like justified center or something like that. Justify, well, let's do align items first to the center. Yeah, that's what I want. Sweet. Okay. Now we need the navbar itself needs some padding, so let's do px 10. What's that give me? Oh, that's not what I want. Okay. I guess I want margin, don't I? Right, so I'll worry about exact pixel stuff later. And then this thing, how do I tell each item to be spaced out without telling each one? Is that a thing? Oh, I see. That's the px is horizontal, py, duh. Okay. It's my fault. So we're going to say px. That's probably too much, but we're not. Yeah, so I guess what I got to do is I got to do this, right? I got to say it's the one thing that's kind of meh. Fancy, except I don't want, what is that? Where's this? Wait a minute, response, oh no. Right, okay. 10 is, okay, yeah, that's just too much. It needs to be 4. It's just my fault. Cool. This one definitely moving left 4. Nice. All right, again, I'll worry about font size and all that later. Same thing with Twitter, YouTube. Cool. All right, let me just do the fonts because it's going to drive me crazy if I don't do them. How do I include? Does it include my own fonts? Like, how do I pick my font? Okay, so it includes these. Okay, I get that. Actually, this is exactly what I want to use as Monaco for one of the fonts. Responsive. That's fancy. Really? Huh. Theme font family. Display and body. That's so clever. Wow. So I guess I just need to add to the index, like if I want to use font awesome. It doesn't say that, but it probably doesn't need to, right? Use whatever you want. All right, I'm just gonna copy paste, see if it works. Just for fun, we're going to copy this and we're going to see if it works. What was that under? That was under theme font family. Theme. Should it be under extend? This is just theme font family. I wonder if that's why that didn't work. Well, here, let's try it. There's no extend. I don't know what this extend does. Let's look at the config thing. Theme, font family, display. Oh, there it is right there. Under theme and extend. Oh, okay, that's different. All right, I see. So let's just do that. Theme. Wait, is that actually going to do anything? Actually, what I want is I want enter. Because doesn't everybody want enter? But I need to include font awesome for that, right? Right. Let me do something crazy just to make sure it's working. What's a stupid font? Verdana. I don't think this config thing is working. Yeah. Right. All right, that definitely changed it. Everybody's favorite font. Boom. Okay, so this is definitely not working. It's not changing the font. Doggone it. Why? Do I have to use this thing? Hmm. Shouldn't have to. I mean, this doesn't seem right. It doesn't follow the docs, but that kind of actually intuitively makes more sense. Maybe you have to relaunch it? Surely not. You think I do? Let's just do it for fun. Do it for the fans. Stand. not working. So that's a bit of a roadblock. Tailwind config, and I'm sure if someone's watching this, they're screaming at me, "No, you idiot! You're supposed to do this." I don't know. Well, let's go look at the config. Tailwind.config.js. Tailwind.config.js. Boom. Well, I'm just following the rabbit hole now. Theme configuration. Theme structure. Oh, wow, you can override the spacing. That is impressive. Hey, font. Where's the font? So that's cool. It's actually probably exactly what I want to do. Very clever, very clever. Right, so that if you do this, is what they're saying. Default theme, font, family, sans, right. That is pretty clever, gotta say. But bro, what is going on with these themes? All right, let's Google it. Tailwind CSS font family not applying. Actually, it's not even the config. Config does not work. Modifying that config function not working. I'm gonna customize my config file. Config modifying ignored. Sounds like me. Oh, well, that's what this person says. Yeah, but it doesn't work either. I wouldn't have expected that to work because, oh, well. Yeah, give me tips. Give me tips. I need tips, buddy. Tell me, tell me. Use a full config. Okay. Yes, sir. Spread on. All right, I give up. How can I customize my config file? I don't know. I mean, this didn't work, right? So we build the CSS. Quickstart script. Oh, yeah, I forgot we generate it, right? It's the font family. Font family. Oh man, did I just grind my computer to a halt? I did. I hear the fan. Crap. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness. Froze. Is there other font family things like her font family? Display and body. Oh, look at this. Font family sans. Oh, that's curious. Is there like a sans serif too? Sans serif thing? What's going on here again? Yeah, right. I don't know, man. I'm getting tired. Papyrus, all the things. Nope. I don't think this is working. I literally don't know why. Oh, what is this dev concurrently? Purge CSS. And then yarn start. Oh. Have I just been running the wrong? Ooh, what was that error? Did you see that? No, it's not error. Still doesn't work. I mean, when does this even get evaluated? It surely doesn't get evaluated on save. Do I have to reboot it every time, maybe? Like, that's not gonna... What? Well, that ain't good. Oh. Dude, it does do it. Okay. So when you save it, it runs this file at least. Oh, so what's the deal with the font family, man? Whoa, compiling. Junk. Now I'm thinking it's something with this post CSS stuff. No, there's no. All right, I think I'm going to call it a night, and then I'll come back to this tomorrow night. Okay, I'm back for the next night. And as you can see, a couple things have changed. So I kind of off the screen flow, I went ahead and built out some of the layout. But where we left off last night was I was having a problem with the fonts, and it ended up being like all things like that, something really stupid. Let me bring over my roadblock. So roadblock last night, I couldn't figure out how to use the fonts. I found this GitHub issue here where the person was having the same problems, and lo and behold, duh, you have to add a class to the body, which points to, in your config, in this case, it's like body is Lato for this dude. It totally makes sense, just didn't know to do that. And so then I started looking around like, well, the documentation tell me that? And it actually does. Somewhere, let's see here. Using classes in your HTML. If you just want to apply some global styling to the HTML body, and then it kind of shows you stuff here. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, duh, the body thing, you do that. So that's all I had to do, and it got the enter font for the whole site, which is great. So let me show you what else I did in the meantime. So I went ahead and laid out this thing here, this card. And I got to say, the experience was actually really, really well. I did it this morning. It went really well. It was, I think it took me 30 minutes maybe to lay out this page. I still have to do the footer, which is what I'm going to do next. But this card was pretty, I was learning as I was going, and it only took me about 30, 40 minutes, which is really cool. So this card, which is this post item component here, I really, really like how you can add these classes in, and just, I'm basically mirroring the design in Figma almost exactly, not quite, almost. And I was able to do it just with these class names and stuff, which is super cool. Let's go to the docs. There's a couple things I noticed. So one of the things, and maybe this is just my personality, I was looking for something like Flexbox or shadows and border colors or whatever, and man, do I get distracted by all this stuff. It's awesome because it has really good documentation. You click on it, gives you the classes up here, and it walks you through all the stuff. It's just really good. It's almost kind of addicting, like getting stuck in a YouTube funnel or something. So I found myself getting distracted a lot, actually, with all the stuff, to the point of, I want to know how everything works. So I'm clicking on things, read, which is good. I think that's probably what you want, as far as adoption goes, is, people dive right in. And everything's here. And what's great is I can Command F, and it doesn't matter what you look for, you'll find there's your flex box, there's your box shadow. Now, if I'm looking for font, there's your fonts up here on the left-hand side. So really easy to find stuff. They have the search thing here, which works great too. But Command F on a site like this, where you have everything on one thing, is really cool. The only comment I would have is on a getting started thing. It would be nice to kind of, I'm not trying to be designing here, but like segment, like, okay, I'm getting started, give me the things I need to know, some core concepts while I'm building out a site or I'm building out something. And it could be littered with some of these things, versus kind of like, okay, here's the docs and here's everything here. And so that's just a comment, a passing comment, but it's not a huge deal. It's not a big blocker. All right, so let me open up the code here. Trying to see if I ran into anything else. I took a couple other extra notes and friction logs, but most everything was really straightforward. Really didn't have much of a problem at all, which is great. So the next part is this right here, which is the footer. And if I open up my thingy-bobby, Figma doc, this is where we're at. So I'm going to just put this off to the side here. Even though you won't be able to see it. Well, I guess I got this half and half, so let's do that. All right. Well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well just... let's look at the website. So this needs to be black. So let's see how well Tailwind has taught me these classes. So I think it's called BG. This is another thing. Sometimes this IntelliSense plugin for Tailwind works and sometimes it doesn't. Like right now it's not working. I don't know why. I have no idea. But if I save it and then start typing, oh, nope, still not doing it. So somewhere, I know I did this somewhere. Yeah, BG-white. So I think there's like a BG-black I want. BG-black. So let's see what happens. There we go. Yay. Okay, that works. And let's, what's the color again? Text white. Like that. And then that should turn everything white. Yep, sure does. Okay, cool. Now, I don't remember the structure here. So we got this left layout thing, which is the logo, and then the links again. So what did I do? I did the logo and the links. Okay, so think about this. So we want, if this is Flexbox, we want this, this, and then that. Okay, which is fine. So this would be the Flexbox, right? Okay. So class name, and then to turn it to Flex, you do this, and then we want Flex row. See, now the IntelliSense is working, which is cool. And let's center it. I guess center it. Is that what we're doing in the design? Kind of. Let's just do that for now. Okay, that worked. Now the next thing is, what did I do to make it? I think just justify between. Is that what I do? I can't remember. I have to go look it up. No. It's I gotta make it grow, right? Where's my Flexbox at for this? Okay, so Flexbox, item center, justify between, flex row. I did that. Yeah, it's all the way to the right. So why didn't that work? Really, I want this to grow. I can't remember how to do this. Let's go real quick. So this is what I'm talking about. So if you just do flex, there it is. There's flex grow. Right, so you just do that. Everything's very copy pastable, if that's a word, which is kind of nice. Where am I at here? Let's go back to this. Oh, you know what? This is part of the problem. This actually needs to go here. Class name. I think this needs to go inside here. That's my fault. Oops. Like that. Actually, maybe I don't need flex grow now. I might do it automatically. Actually, I think I'll take up what, half? Doesn't it do 50-50 if I do that? Yeah. All right, so that pins that to the right, which is right. Now I need the logo. I think it's images. Should I even do these? I think it's like that, right? And then what did I call it? Logo 2 is, yeah. So logo 2.svg. There is that. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. Flex row. Boom. Sweetness. Okay. See how easy that is? I'm really impressed with Tailwind, actually. All right, so these borders, I'm going to need the, I think I was using 8 REMs, so that would be, there's margin and there's padding here, right? Padding 8. I think that, oh no, I don't want to do that. I want to do padding Y8. Yeah, exactly. Actually, let's bump that up to 12. Is it 12 is the highest before you get to 16? Yeah, that's better. I'm not going to sit down and measure it right now, but that looks almost right. And also this design, again, I'm not a designer. The design's not perfect anyway. So, all right, that's cool. So that works. Well, let's do that justify or item center here, because this needs to be centered. No, did that not work? Oh wait. Hell of a paste in it. There we go. All right, perfect. And now I need to blow up the links. I'm gonna So what does this do again? Do I even need that? Yeah, I don't think I need that. Like, that's not going to do anything either, right? So let's do, what was it, margin left? Margin left? Is that what it is? See how it's not, the IntelliSense not working now? Weird. Margin left, there we go. 8, oops, 8. Kaboom. Yeah, let's do 12 again. And then we want to give it the same size we gave our nav stuff. What was that? Let's just copy this here. Is that right? Yeah, it's kind of too bold. Yeah, that's too strong. Makes me feel weird. Let's do medium. Yeah, that's fine. Adjust the line height. Oh, how do I do that? I did that in the card. There's a cool line height thing here. Leading, that's what it is. I'm gonna have to look up what that exactly, how to adjust it. But leading. Oh, I mean, like, what is that gonna do? Yeah, that works. Still feels like the font is just kind of big, doesn't it? Yeah, let's just do that for now. It doesn't match the design, but it just feels better. All right, we're done with that side. Now we got to do the thingy over here. Sign up. So sign up, we're going to say class name. And same thing, let's do bold. Text to XL. Close enough, right? Not exactly, but let's just leave that for now. Margin bottom. Let's give it 8. That might be too much. Yeah, it's too much. Let's do 4. Okay, that works. And now this thing is curious looking. So we're gonna, how do I do the radius again? I think it's border radius, and then I think, or maybe it's just radius. I can't remember. Let's go check out the handy dandy docs. Border radius. Oh, let me add a friction log just on the, oh no, I already did. No, I didn't. Okay, hold on. It doesn't do anything in VS Code. Okay, so that's not. So then also VS Code plugin. I don't even know if this plugin is official Tailwind CSS, but it's there. So VS Code plugin. IntelliSense doesn't always work. I don't know if that's a VS Code thing or a Tailwind thing, but anyway. All right, where was I? Border radius. Rounded. That's what I'm looking for right there. And then we're going to put that on the input field. Look at that. Rounded. All right. Looks right. I want to fill this in. Oh man. Input. Okay, let's see if this thing does anything magic. First of all, do they have any utilities for input? They do not. Form. Transforms. Not the form I was looking for. All right. I don't know if this will work, but let's try this out. Padding 2. Yeah, it did. Okay, let's go with the 4. That's probably more like it. Ew. So ugly. Oh my word, I'm drawing a blank here. Let's do text black. But how do I make the hint text black? I can't remember how to do that. It's like placeholder text or something, I'm sure. No, are you kidding me? There's a utility for it? That's amazing. Okay, that's cool. Yay, that gets a delight thing. Placeholder text. Nice. Well done, well done. So I saw, let's see if this comes back up. Yeah, so that's what the plugin, if I save it and start typing in, it works. Okay, so black, and then there's these grays. But what's interesting is, does that actually work? Yeah, it does. Okay. So this div is in the flex box, right? So I need to take up a little bit more space. So how do I tell it to do that? Flex, go find this again. Like, is there like a, hey, take up this much space thingy? Flex grow, responsive flexing. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I did something. Hold on. Oops. I did something up here, or in the post here with the image. What was that? Width 3/5. Yeah, this is an interesting little utility. Okay, so let's try that. Play around with that. So let's do 2/5? Is that a thing? Where's the width thing here? Let's see what their scale is. There's like a portion. How did I find that? Fluid width. Here we go. Yeah, so let's do 2/5 and 3/5. So let's make this 2/5, and then I guess we'll make this 3/5. How does that work out? Oh, you know what? This is not the right way to do it. Let's just make the width of the text field longer. Width. I mean, I have no idea. Yeah, not gonna work. See if I save it and then do width. Check that out. Yeah, it's just too long. I want it to be, I mean, not long enough. Yeah, but what if I do that? I mean, that's not going to blow out the flex box, is it? No. Oh, but then I guess I can, that's when I can say class name. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Is width, oops, 2/5. 3/5. Like that. Yeah. That works. I don't know how to change. Actually, I do want to change this to be mono font. How do I do that? Font mono. Ooh, will it give me the mono? Yes, it will. Okay, so that's cool. But then how do I change the? It's not. It's still like this opaque thingy. Why is it opaque? Why are you opaque? Because you're. This is black. Is it a browser behavior maybe? All right, I'm not worried too much about it. Okay, on to the footer part. First thing is this HR needs some love here, so let's give it a name. I think we can do like opacity or something on this thing. Like, isn't it like? Actually, I think they literally have an opacity thing. Yeah. Kind of cool. So is that the right way to do an HR? Seems like it. I mean, if I do 0, it'll be gone, right? Yeah. Cool. All right, that's good enough. That's more subtle than the design. The design's super harsh. I don't like that. And then we've got this. So same thing, class name, flex, flex row, and that should do that. Item centered. I guess this one needs to be flex grow like we did the other one. Flex grow, and then I'll pop that over there. Perfect. Oh, I want this font to be mono. Yep. And we want the font stuff to be light. That might be too light, huh? Oh wait, it's mono. It's not going to do that. Is it? Yeah, I don't even think it. Is there a normal font size or anything? I mean, there's definitely not bold. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. All right. Well, that's fine for now. But I do want it to be smaller, so that's text size or something. Or maybe it's font size. I can't. Oh no, it's I did it up here. Text dash small. Yeah. Cool. That works. All right. So same thing here. We want this to be flex row. Boom. Oh yeah, we gotta put padding around all this stuff. So let's do padding. What I do? 12 for this? Yeah, let's do padding 12. Oh, padding Y is 12. Cool. That looks good. Ooh, what is up with the? Is that lined up? I guess it is. My eyes were saying it wasn't lined up. Okay. Now we're gonna give us some nice space here. Why is dark mode not capitalized? Dark mode, light mode. So say class name equals padding 4. Oh wait, I want padding X is 4. Or do I want 8? Let's try 8 for now. Whoa. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Yeah, duh. When you do 8, all that. Oh, it kind of does the responsive stuff automatically. All right, that's too much. Too much, too much, too much. So, let's do 4s. Yeah, that works. Cool. So there you have it. There's the layout. And I bet you there's some other stuff. I bet you we're going to do a lot of responsive stuff. Ooh. Ooh. There's breakpoints with that. Okay. Ooh. Got to fix some of that. That's not a problem. Ooh, look at the image going all wonky. I'll have to fix that. Oh, look at these things get scaled down. Huh, interesting. Oh, because they're image tags. It's probably some things do it automatically. Okay. That's cool. Kind of fancy. So what should I work on next? Probably not mobile, not the responsive stuff. Let's do the dark mode maybe. That'll be interesting because we'll see like how Tailwind approaches it. I don't know if they approach it or maybe the community has some kind of post CSS thing or something. Actually, I know they do because I saw it the other day. All right, that's pretty cool though for almost no effort. And you get this out of the box. I'm not happy about that link. I'll have to change this thing. Oh, one of the things I did mention, or I forgot to mention, is these drop shadows. I didn't like what came out of the box because of the background color. And one of the cool things that Tailwind does is it lets you override it with the config. And so there's my box shadow with a default, and then actually I put a box shadow. I created a custom box shadow border color, so it blends nicely. So rather than creating another CSS class and all that stuff, I could just override. Really cool. The only style I have right now for this whole website is body background color. That's pretty crazy. I'm pretty impressed with that. Actually, I'm going to put that as a delight. Just pre-built CSS class utilities. Very cool. All right, I'm impressed. Impressed. All right. How am I gonna do dark mode? Let's Google here. Tailwind CSS dark mode. There was a GitHub thing that looked cool when I was Googling around for it a couple days ago. Before I even touched the Tailwind. Yeah, okay, so there's a plugin. Drop this plugin in your thing. Variants for dark mode on Tailwind's own variants. Oh, that's something we haven't learned, or I haven't learned yet, is variants. Just style elements and hover. What is it the only variants? Variants, here you go, down here. What is a variant? Variant section is where you control with core. Okay. Is where you control which core utility plugin should have responsive variants and pseudo class. Yeah, but what is a variant? Tell me what a variant is. Don't list only extras you want to enable. Always provide the complete list of variants you want to enable. Ooh, curious. Oh, I see. That's kind of cool. All right. So I guess it's just opt in. If it's dark, then use these things. My eyes are grateful. Yeah, I need it right now, actually. All right, let's just try it. I had no idea. It was like 10 days ago. Oh, nice. Okay. What are the issues? Okay. Okay. All right, let's try it. Let's open this baby up, kill this server, save dev. Like, is it really save dev? I guess it's a plugin, so yeah, post CSS plugin. Okay, drum roll. While that's building, what's the next step? Add the plugin to the plugins array. Yes, sir. Plugins array of this. Right? Like that. That's what it's saying. Is it done building? Uh-oh, security vulnerability. All right, well that's building. Styles generated for this point are only used if the selector applied to the HTML element. Oh. Which is a simple script that enables dark mode based on the user's system or system theme. Oh, that makes sense. All right, so I guess we need that. What is this thing? So I'm just going to copy this for now. I probably won't use that at the end of the day, but I reckon I can just drop this in. Blah. Script is type is text JavaScript, right? Ooh-wee. Why is this all formatting messed up? Format document. There's no formatter for Django HTML. What? It's not. It's just HTML, man. What? Yeah, that. Okay. Blah. Okay, whatever. This is gonna drive me crazy. Why is this all? All right. Is that actually gonna work? Just want to make sure there's no errors. Looks like it. I mean, it looks like there's no errors. Okay. What's next? So I added the plugin, added this thing, calling it an HTML. Right. So it's literally this, right? I mean, is that gonna actually work? I mean, does this even do anything? I applied that thing, but yeah, I guess I need to apply it to. Let's try it elsewhere. Let's try it just top level, just so I can see it working. I don't see a dark mode. Oh, must be enabled in your Tailwind configuration for utilities that need them. I see. Okay. Variance, background colors, and we're going to have the dark mode thingy. Okay. That makes sense. I've never done this. Okay. Does that do anything different? Ah, there we go. Oh, cool. Okay. Let's get rid of it here, though. I guess I set the background color here. Oh, that's my fault for. All right, yeah, that's cleared. I probably, I'm going to need to redo some of this stuff. All right, this is all doable. The point of it is, though, it doesn't come out of the box with Tailwind, so that's fine. But what does come out of the box is Tailwind makes it easy for people to build plugins and stuff like this. So that's a plus. That's really cool. So minor friction, no dark mode support out of the box, which that's a very minor one. But the positive part of this is very cool. Very happy with that. All right, let's see how far we can get with this. Like, will this actually change if I change my system settings? Let's try it. Ha! That's great. Very, 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 very impressive. Very impressive. Okay, that's super cool. We'll clean that junk later. Right, so the background's going to be black. And then, see, the thing is I have different colors for this depending on if it's black. So can I do like conditional logic on this? How does this work? I guess they do the conditional logic for me. By default, mode dark is used for the selector for dark mode. You can change this. No, I don't want to do that. if you're using Purge CSS, you should either add the selector to the whitelist array or add prefers dark.js to the content array. Let's do this for now, I guess. Where would that be? That would be the post CSS thingy. Purge CSS, sorry. And then in here is a whitelist like that. Is that what they're saying? Does it tell you what it takes? Whitelist string. Yeah, okay, cool. Compiling. So that should be fine. All right. Now, the first things first, I actually want to swap this out for a different logo. How would I do that? I don't see a way to do that. I don't know how we would do that without like a React plugin. I mean, I guess I could make this a plugin, right? I could make this check a plugin, or not plugin, like a React hook or something like that. And then I could toggle the image. I mean, there's a couple other different ways to do it too, but yeah. All right, I won't worry about the logo right now. Let's work on this. So this is text black, hover, right. So we need to do the same thing here. Text color variant. Huh. This is so clever. Very, very clever. So I guess I would say, what's it called? It's called dark. So I just say dark, and then I'll say text dash white. Is that what that means? Ooh, figured it out. Very, very, very impressive. Like that. And then if I want to hover, how does that work? Dark hover, dark active. So I just say, can I do like hover? And then like text is gray or something? I don't know. Let's try it. What's the, I know I did it somewhere. Yeah, gray dash 500. Let's do that. Gray dash 500. Does that work? I don't know if that works or not. How to do the hover thing. Oops, forgot to do this. So how do you do hover? Because it's not this. It's not right. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so each of these is its own thing. So dark dash hover, right? Yeah, that's it. Let's make that. Yeah, too much. Let's just do this for now. Boop, boop, boom. All right, that's cool. That works. Oh, you know what? It's annoying. There's no cursor. Ooh, check. Oh, what the heck? What just happened? Oh, I dragged it off. I didn't mean to do that. Cursor auto. Pointer. There's a utility for a pointer. That's so cool. Okay. So we'll just say let's put it at the end here. Yeah, okay, cool. Man, it's so easy. And this will be interesting because I actually want to change. Wait a minute. Oh, will that work? I guess because it's falling off. No, I'm using an image. Stupid me. All right, same thing. I got to swap out the images there. So for the post item, it's interesting because I need to make this a different color. Like this color is 1111, so it's just a little lighter than the background color. So I guess I'd say dark BG. How do I do like a BG dash background color? Like, should I just do that maybe? Probably need to create my own thing. Let's just try that for a minute and see what happens. Dark is BG gray 900. All right, what are you gonna do with that? Hate that color, but it worked. It's cool. And then same thing with border color. So I want dark, oops, dark. I don't remember what it is. Border dash, the color, right? Border dash gray. It's like ever so subtle. Yeah, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Brr. Fired. Why are you stupid, Rick? Did I? Oh, did I add the variant? Nope, sure didn't. Makes sense. So now that should work. Or not. What did I add? Dark focus within. Right. So I can say dark colon border dash gray dash 5. Just make sure I'm not being stupid here. It's not working. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. Border color. I thought that's what I was doing, is border color. Am I not doing that? Border color. Yeah. Could always do that. Background opacity. Another way to blend it. Is that even going to work? Whoa. Yeah, it's not like it in borders, man. I mean, let's move this over here just so I keep it. Oh, no. Huh. I'm missing something fundamental with Tailwind. So can I do like red? All right, I'm gonna go extreme. Oh, the border shadow. What's that all about? Right. That red thing is not helping at all. I think it's just something I don't understand with variants yet. I probably need to learn more about it. Really, this needs to be 111. It needs to be that. I think. According to the design it does, but that color's not bad. Not as bad as I thought it was. Alright, where's the border? Border width, border solid, border color. which is border dash box shadow. Oh, I forgot. I have this thing. That's what it's using. Box shadow. So how do I make the dark one different? Border dash box shadow. Like if I did this dark box shadow, would that work? I'm not going to use that color, but like that's what I'm supposed to do. So then I can say like dark, and then I'll say border dark box shadow like that. Is that what there it is right there. Okay. Oh, that's it. Okay. Gotta change this box shadow. Do you even have a box shadow on this thing? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't have one. All right. So how do I say dark is none? Dark shadow none. Just for fun. Does that magically do it? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Shadow dash none. Oh, is this one of those variants I gotta add? Like, do I need to do this to add it? How do I turn the box shadow off? I want it off, gone. Border solid, border box shadow. That's the color. I probably should change that to some other name so it's not confusing. Shadow is what I want. I want this to go away. Like I want this to be none. Like that, right? So how do I do that? Dark shadow dash none. I mean, that should. Well. Box shadow is none. Is that my problem? Box shadow focus. Shadow focus hover. Dot shadow. This shadow thing. I mean, what happens if I do something crazy like make it 2XL? Will that work? Surely not. No, it won't. Maybe it's called, how do I know if, like, what's the variant called? Maybe I'm calling it something different. like, is it called box shadow? Like, how do I know what they're called? Oh, probably because it's based on the CSS thing, border dash color, text dash color. I bet you that's what it is. Let's see. Oh, did I save it? Did I do anything? Nothing. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I guess they have the responsive and pseudo classes at the edge of every, or end of every document thing. So that's helpful to know. Probably need to do this. Right, this. All right, well, here we got dark responsive, dark hover, dark focus, active, right? I mean, that's kind of the convention, I think. I think it is. Seems like it is. Well, there's the box shadow right there. Mode dark, dark even shadow, mode dark, dark, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's right there. Dark. Shadow none. That just made it like, oh, did I mess this up? Oh, I got it parsing here or something. What'd I do? What'd I do? Okay, that's my fault. So I screwed something up in this. What'd I do? I mean, do I really want all? I just want the box shadow thing. Box shadow thing's killing me, man. I mean, this works, right? Because I can change this and it'll, right. Border, gray, 100. that's right. Well, I'm stuck. I'm going to have to read up on variants. All right, I'm going to read up on them.